original.
Hello and welcome to Web Crawlers. This is our mini mailbag episode where we read your emails, play your voicemails, and just talk about you in general, our fans, our fan base, our web crawler heads. I am Allie Siegel.
I am Melissa Stettin.
And I'm producer Maria.
First things first, let's, I think we have some new reviews, or at least one new review.
This is from Jamie Wright. Justice for Allie. I came here specifically to tell Allie that you have an amazing voice. Anyone who disagrees can go F themselves.
Hell yeah.
I love all of you. And I feel like I'm sitting in the room with you. The banter is everything.
Yes.
I binged the entire series in a couple of weeks, and now I have to work all day without back-to-back episodes. Life is hard. Thank you for a fun time. Every time. 5 MF stars. Honk honk. Boing Jamie. Thank you.
Jamie. I really needed that.
Now, I will say that on Chartable, which is where you can see some other countries' reviews, you've got two other reviews. This one's from Great Britain, and this is from Plaza J, and it says Allie's voice, 5 stars, and then it says boing.
Wow.
And then from Australia, Laura KG, another headline that says Allie's voice, 5 stars, and it says Allie's voice is beautiful and symphonic. The podcast is great, has me laughing at loud all the time like a crazy person.
Wow. I didn't even ask these people to do that. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, international listeners.
I feel so loved.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think we have a ton of voicemails. Yeah.
Yeah. Here is the first one.
Honk honk. This is a message for the Web Crawlers.
Wow.
Hey, ladies. It's VMAC Dre calling from Perth, Western Australia.
Hello, mate.
I wanted to share a recurring dream, or the recurring dream I had as a child. We lived in like a pretty quiet suburban area on a sort of mainish street, but it wasn't too busy. Anyways, in the dream, we'd be, my sister and I would be playing in our front yard, but kind of to the side of the house. And I guess it was like the foundation was sort of built up from like a lower driveway, if that can kind of make sense. But it was like this rocky wall that went up to the house. And outside of the dream, my sister and I and my friends and stuff would play on it all the time. In general, you could sort of climb up the rocks and jump off and, all that fun kid shit. But so in my dream, we'll be playing on these rocks, and this red station wagon, like, in my mind it was old, but I'm guessing it was kind of modern then, like mid-'80s. So I would have had this dream when I was about 4 to 8 years old. I kept having this dream. So yeah, like mid-'80s station wagon, red, kind of rusty and, shabby looking, would pull into our driveway and would ask my sister and I the driver, the dude, would ask my sister and I for directions to somewhere. And we'd say like, no, we can't help you and stuff. And he's like, oh, well, can you get in there? You can show me. And we're like, no, fuck no, well, not fuck. I didn't swear when I was 6. But, no, we're not going to get in the car with you because of stranger danger and all that.
Yeah.
But then he'd hit this button. His car was like a magnet for children. And so my sister and I'd be holding onto the wall with our hands, but like horizontal as his like magnetic car's trying to pull us into his vehicle.
Oh, God.
Anyways, that's it. I'd sort of wake up around there, I'm pretty sure. And I had this dream hundreds of times, I think, as a child. Until I was about 8 years old or something, and then it suddenly stopped. And then like when I was 10 or 11, I had the dream a few more times, and I was like, that's weird. Like, I'd sort of forgotten about it and stuff. And yeah, but so it was in my head. It's the same dream. Like 6 months or so, I guess, after the last time I dreamt it, I was walking up this street, which was not unusual. Now, like 11 years old, I'm walking around and stuff. And there was like a corner store at the top of the street, so I'd always walk up there. And I was walking back home, and this red station wagon, exactly the same, pulled up next to me. And the dude, like, I can see his face, like, it's really dark and brown and, like, it's like...
I think there's a part 2.
Honk, honk. Yo, it's Victor. I guess I'm one of those people who take too long with their messages. old mate's come and pulled up next to me on the street and has asked me, it's like, it was just that face, and like it sort of filled me with dread as soon as I saw it, like, holy fuck. But he asked me for directions to Barbary Square, which is like, a little marketplace sort of thing in our town. So I told him how to get it, and it's like really simple. It's like go up this street, turn left. Simple shit. And he's like, oh, that sounds too complex, and you get in the car with me. And I'm like, nope. And fucking hightailed it down the street to my house and jumped in. And it's one of my scariest experiences of my life.
Oh,
but
God.
yeah, man, it was the fucking car, and it was that fucking guy with his like gloomy brown weird face. It was mental. Anyways, not sure if that's like a guardian angel story or like some other shit, but hope you'll dig. Have a great day.
That's scary.
How weird.
Oh,
So
thank
his
God.
whole life was leading up to that moment in order to go, no, I'm not getting in that car with you, sir.
Stranger
Yeah.
danger.
I've never said that before.
Okay, next voicemail.
Hi, this message is for the web crawlers. My name's Alicia. I'm a new listener, and I fucking love your podcast. Sorry, I just swore. I probably can't do that.
You
But
can.
I wanted to call because I listened to an episode where someone called in and said that they lived in a haunted house, and they experienced something at night where they smelled like this like dog poop smell, and someone had questioned why they smelled that. And I'm sorry if you guys had already talked about this. I'm like a new listener, so I'm not caught up on the episodes. But it's because if there is a demonic ghost around, you smell this sulfur rank smell.
Oh.
And I read books about this. I don't know if you guys have seen the Conjuring movies. I read the books about the real story, and that was like a big thing, that there was always this like sulfur fart smell. A couple of years ago, I was in Washington for a family reunion, and I was visiting my cousin in a small town, and there were so many of us that she needed to rent me an Airbnb. So I stayed at this Airbnb. It was in the basement of a house, and the first night I stayed there, we turned the lights off to go to sleep, and not even a minute later, my cousin's bed across the room from me came off of the wall, slid off of the wall, and slammed back into the wall.
No.
I shit you not. I was like, what the hell? So, like, we get up, we inspect the bed. Nothing's wrong with the bed. It literally slid across the floor and slammed into the wall. So we turn the lights back off, and not even a minute later, I smell this sulfur smell, rank, rotten egg smell, and instantly I was like, oh, my God, there's a demon in here. And I was so scared. I was total pussy about it, and I just like put my head into the covers and I fell asleep, and I didn't talk about it, and I really wish that I would have maybe investigated. So that's my story. I love you guys. Your podcast is awesome. I got pulled over the other day because I was listening to your episode where you talked about the brontosaurus. Sorry, I'm talking so much. But I forgot what a brontosaurus looked like, and you guys said that they actually didn't exist. So then I asked Siri to look it up, and then I got pulled over because I was on my phone.
Oh, no.
But, I didn't get a ticket, so it's all good.
Oh, good.
Okay. Love you guys. See you later. Bye.
We got to find out where that Airbnb was, and maybe we could do some research into that house or wherever the Airbnb is, see if there was some sort of demonic possession history there.
I can't believe she got pulled over trying to figure out what a brontosaurus looks like.
At least she didn't get a ticket.
Seriously. Oh my God. Wow, how scary. That's terrifying.
Okay, another voicemail.
Hi, this is a message for web crawlers. It's Becky from England.
Hello.
So here's a weird thing. When I started listening to you guys, I was having a really bad time. And my boyfriend was telling me that I should go see a therapist. And I was just thinking, like, nobody does that. That's such a weird, like, bad thing to do. But then one of the earlier episodes, you three were all talking about your therapist. And I thought, wow, like all three of them go see one. And you were talking so openly about it. So I thought, well, I guess it's normal and okay. So I took the plunge and I started seeing one, and it's been going really good. And I just didn't know how to make myself happy, and I was just so needy of other people in my life to make me happy all the time. Which, as you know, doesn't work. You've got to be able to make yourself happy.
Mm-hmm.
And it just seems so weird and full circle that the day that my therapist told me that I'm nearly finished, is the day that I saw and listened to your new episode, which was named after my Tinkerbell story, which you called Tinkerbell is a Needy Bitch. I laughed my head off because it was such a surprise and such a weird coincidence as well. Because that literally, the last time I saw him, we were talking about like me being needy to other people. And then as I'm walking home from that, I look at Spotify and there it is, like a bam in my face. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for talking openly about your therapist. I don't think I would have gone otherwise, and I'm so glad I did because I'm in such a better place now. I think it's reasons like this that your listeners see you guys as friends. And not just like some podcast that they listen to. It's like a bit of a community, you know. And I hope that if someone's listening to this and they're in a similar situation, just help them decide to go and talk to somebody. So hopefully we can pass this on a bit further. So I just wanted to say thank you for giving me the push that I needed to get my head straight and for the episode named after my Tinkerbell story. Obviously, I told everybody about it. I just loved it. It was just so nice that like I've listened to you guys from the beginning and then I get that little thing on the right day as well. Perfect timing. So yeah, thank you so much. Love you all. Keep doing what you do. Bye.
Oh,
That's so
That made me start crying. That was so, so sweet. That makes me so happy.
that's funny. By the way, I named it Tinkerbell's a Needy Bitch because that was what Allie said. You said like a quote or something.
Yeah, I think I did.
So
I think
nice.
that mental health is still stigmatized. I think in Europe or in England, they don't really talk about their feelings so much. But I feel like here, everyone has a therapist.
Everybody I know is a therapist.
Yeah, like everyone has a therapist.
Yeah.
I'm a life coach. We're all on meds.
Oh, yeah. I've been on antidepressants for 20 years. 20 years of my life.
Yeah, good for you for making that decision.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, another voicemail.
Hello.
Oh,
This here message is for the web crawler.
it's Jeb.
This here's Jeb.
Hi, Jeb.
Hi, Allie.
Hi.
I just want to say you look very nice today,
Thank you.
and I wish you a lifetime of health and happiness in your new home.
Thank
I
you.
was just listening to them episodes where Maria's boyfriend there, Craig, done gone spitting all that crazy shit there, and I just want to know what dispensary does Craig go to, and do they deliver to my part of the state? I was just wondering. All right, then.
All right.
Y'all have a good night now. All right, then. Bye.
Jeb, it's been a while.
Oh, Jeb. We love Jeb. Sorry I had to talk during Jeb's voicemail. My dogs were humping each other, and it was so inappropriate.
Wait,
Sweet.
is Dolly humping Asher?
No, this time it was Asher humping Dolly,
That's nice.
which is not allowed.
They're trying to assert dominance.
They are. And it's not.
At least they're like
Do-
going back and forth. It's not like
Yeah.
oh, yeah. It's,
Dolly
they're
coming in and
switching,
taking
yeah.
over.
Yeah.
Maybe they just like humping each other.
For our listeners, I didn't post about this, but my female dog was humping my male dog, and I didn't realize that was a thing that they did.
Oh, yeah.
Pickles humps things. She likes to hump some of her toys.
Oh.
Yeah, I had
it's
no
like
idea.
A way to they'll do it as a way to get attention sometimes, and then sometimes they'll do it just because it feels good or something.
I don't like it. Let me tell you, not in my house. And Asher was just taking it. They were being real quiet, and then I looked in the room I'm in now. I was in the other room, and I looked in his room, and Dolly was just railing Asher, and Asher was loving it. And it was so. I had no.
If it was
I had no-
consensual.
and then it was consensual, and I was like, okay, what? It was like Dolly was like pegging Asher, and I was like, whatever. Not to kink shame, but not in my house. You guys are brother and sister. This is not how I raised you. So it really grosses me out. I have an asexual household, is what I demand. If I'm not getting any, neither are my dogs.
Okay, next voicemail.
Hey guys, this is for the web crawlers. This is Emily. I am the one that has the ghost dog. And I have a few synchronicities that I have noticed. I didn't actually really think about them too much until I listened to the episode with Craig. So the first one is that there is this pizza restaurant that my husband and I have been going to a lot during COVID because it just opened, I think in January or February of this year. So we've noticed that every time we go to this particular pizza restaurant, it's called Big City Pizza on Chinaway Road in Lexington, Kentucky. So shout out to them. We noticed every time we go there, it's raining. I don't know what that's all about. I don't know if it's stuck in our subconscious that whenever it rains, we want that pizza.
Maybe.
But we have definitely noticed that. But the second one that I had totally forgotten about until last week was that I got married in 2013. And after our wedding, my husband and I and some of our friends went out to this bar afterwards, and we just kind of hung out for a bit, and I had my wedding dress on. And about a year after we got married, I went back to the same bar with the same group of friends. There was a girl there who had just gotten married, and she was wearing the same wedding dress that I had on.
What?
It was
That's weird.
Just like the generic one from David's Bridal, but it was really pretty. So that blew
Oh my God, David's Bridal! You love David's Bridal.
I love David's Bridal,
but it was close enough to where I remembered that, and it was just wild. I totally forgot about that. And the third one that happened to me just a few days ago.
Can you pause it for 1 second?
Yeah.
I forgot that I also have a David's Bridal synchronicity where I kept talking in the group chat about how I really want to be sponsored by David's Bridal. Because I think it'd be so funny if we just promoted wedding dresses all the time and I'm gonna die alone. And then a week later, I get an email from this influencer company that emails me sometimes being would you like to do sponsored content for David's Bridal?
That's right.
And remember, I screenshotted it to you guys and I was I was just talking about how I want to do content for David's Bridal. And now I'm getting an email asking if I want to do content for David's Bridal.
What happened with it?
Yeah.
I didn't do it because this company emails me all the time being do you want to do content for Taco Bell? And then they'll pay you $35 to do
Add a couple
really,
more zeros to that. And
that's what I've said before,
deal.
baby. But no dice. Although one time I did counter being I'll do it for $300. And then I did a $300 Twitter post for Dell computers that got zero traction. I think they meant to contact someone else because why would I do influencing for Dell computers?
I mean, they were trying to expand their
I guess
their influencer base.
Yeah.
A few days ago was that I don't know if anyone has pets. You've probably seen BarkBox.
BarkBox, yeah.
And they have a new Home Alone BarkBox for the holidays. So I ordered it for my dog, of course. And because my husband and I love Home Alone, it's one of our favorite movies. We watch it every year.
Yeah.
And one of our favorite things to joke about is the cost of the pizza. And the beginning of the movie, when the pizza delivery man comes, the cost is $122.50. So we always joke about that's a lot of pizza. That's really expensive. We broke down the cost of the pizzas once because we're losers and have no life.
That's funny.
What it was. So we actually got the bark.
And there's a part 2.
So I got cut off because I'm a rambling fool. So anyway, so we got this BarkBox in the mail the middle of last week. The dogs loved it. They completely destroyed it. So I went to the grocery store on Saturday, and my total was $122.50. So I guess
that's
that
crazy.
Was a glitch in the simulation telling me that I need to eat cheese pizza and watch Home Alone. Another thing I wanted to add was about Mary Todd Lincoln. I know that we, or that you all talked about her in the White House episode, which I loved. I used to actually be a tour guide at the Mary Todd Lincoln House. It was her childhood home. It's now a historical home that you can visit and a museum. But anyway, I worked there in college. It's been a long time since I've, read anything about her. And I remember enough to where I can like talk about her, obviously, but I could not like go give the tour again. But she was not very well liked in Washington and pretty much around the country. And that's not because of her seances. From what I've gathered, that was actually pretty common at the time, and that wouldn't necessarily be weird. The reason she wasn't well liked is because she was from a slave-holding family. Her family did own slaves when she was young. And she was married to Abraham Lincoln, who, as we all know, ratified the 13th Amendment that abolished slavery. So that was not a good look for her. I think a lot of people didn't like him because of that. I mean, I can kind of see that. I don't really know what the like modern equivalent of that would be, but I'm sure someone could come up with something. So that was kind of a big reason why she was kind of looked down upon. And also she wanted to redecorate the White House in the middle of the Civil War, which is not good. So, yeah, she's kind of a controversial figure, but she would be a web crawler today, I think. Anyway, that's my synchronicities and my Mary Todd facts. Boing, yoing, yoing, yoing. Honk, honk.
Wow. Thank you. That's a great message.
Mary Todd, unpopular.
Wow. Yeah, that's not, if you're a slave owner, that's not going to win you any popularity points.
It is not.
It is not. Okay, next voice, Amael.
Hey, web crawlers. This is Alexa. I was giving y'all a call because I want to talk about synchronicities. The biggest one I see in my life, and I see this a lot, I might actually just be blonde. Well, I am blonde, but this might be a blonde thing. But I lose stuff all the time, right? But I sometimes, a lot of times when I'm looking for this stuff, I'll look exactly where I think it is, and it's not there. Like on my desk, where I usually put my keys, in my wallet. If I'm looking for my credit card, was the most recent one. I was looking for my credit card, okay? And
yes.
And I couldn't find it anywhere. Like, I spent days looking for this. I looked under the seats of my car. I took everything out of my wallet. I swear, like, everything out of my wallet. I don't even know, actually, if this counts as a synchronicity, but I have a theory about that. And then I, gave up, and I finally ordered a new one. Then literally the next day, I look in my wallet, and it's hidden in between, two $1 bills. But it's, poking out some. So I'm I would have seen that when I took everything out of my wallet to look for it. And I feel like this happens so often where the second I stop looking for something, it comes up, it shows up, but in the exact place I already looked. And honestly, it might just be the fact that I'm a blonde bimbo, and I forget where I put it. And then this is my theory. Well, it's not really a theory, but it was something I was thinking about involving, synchronicities and, the freaking, that we live in a simulation theory. Okay, because here's what happened. I added the Princess Diana documentary to my Netflix queue. I want to watch that. And in the little Netflix preview picture, she's wearing, her red sheep sweater,
Yes.
And I thought, oh, that's cute. And then, a few hours later, I didn't say anything. I didn't, I think I
know what she's going to say.
Diana, once recently, but nothing about her fashion or clothes. I hadn't said anything. A few hours later, an ad for that fucking sheep sweater came up on my Instagram. And
it comes up
I hate
on
when
mine
that
too.
happens.
Synchronicity or creepy technology. But then I was thinking, I wonder if, so the synchronicities, point to the fact that we're living in a simulation is one theory about it, right? And I feel like
there's a part 2.
Well, it's also just that social, what's that documentary that just came out?
Oh,
the
social dilemma.
Is that what it's called?
I think so, yeah.
Well, it's we're just being tracked. Everything owns our what we're doing. So they know that you added that to your Netflix queue. So you like Princess Diana. So they're going to give you Princess Diana content,
Yep.
One callers, this is Alexa. I never thought thought it'd be a two-parter voicemail leader, but here we are. Anyways, as I was saying, so the synchronicities can point to the fact that we're living in a simulation, and this might not make sense because I don't know how well I'll articulate it, but I was thinking, like, these Instagram ads and, like, social media ads that listen to what we're talking about, what if all these synchronicities that people are seeing, they have to do with the simulation, but also they're just going to, like, the more technology develops, the more we're, like, surveillance by, like, these Amazon Alexas and blah, 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 the more we're going to see these synchronicities and, and then they're going to keep building up because they're, surveilling us more, and some of them are, like, real life synchronicities, like the Instagram ads, some of them are like Craig's ones, but eventually it's just going to be like all synchronicities and all surveillance all the time. And like, that's when, we're about to like become our final form and like reach our own simulation where we make our own. Does this make any sense? Like, I think, oh my God, this makes no sense, but I feel like, the Instagram ad thing and like, the synchronicities are like connected because they both have to do with technology, and I think we're gonna like reach a point where we're having our ads and our internet experience cater to us so much that it's like literally is a simulation. I don't know. I feel like
I know what she's saying.
Together somehow, or like these Instagram
I hope
ads
this is a four-parter.
to like the technology of the simulation that we are living in, and then we'll create for someone else to live in. Oh my God, this makes no sense. I'm so caffeinated right now, you guys. I'm sorry. But yeah, I just think like, does this make any sense? Like,
yes.
Kind of like they play into each other. And like technology is going to take over the world, maybe. I don't know. Anyways, going to go listen to some podcasts on my iPhone. Bye.
No, I get what
do
she's...
get that sweater ad. I get that sweater ad a lot.
I haven't gotten the
Stuff
ad.
like that is really crazy.
I know what she's talking about, though.
I
Yeah,
love
that's-
Princess Diana's clothes.
I know.
Oh, she was so iconic.
I want that Fly Atlantic sweatshirt. Have you seen that?
No.
Type
No.
in Princess Diana Fly Atlantic, and then she's got like bike shorts on, and then like,
Oh.
this just
Oh,
sweatshirt.
yes. I love when she did bike shorts and a sweatshirt. She looks
yeah.
I know. I love it. I want all of her
that's
clothes.
good. We've got one more voicemail. It's a short one.
This is a message for Hollywood crime scene. Just kidding. It's for the web crawlers.
Psych.
I'm just leaving a message because I want to say that I think it's bullshit that all these people that keep calling and talking shit about Ali's voice. I too am a loud speaker, and it's not our fault. It's just how it is. And I'm just basically leaving this message in support of Ali and her voice. Bye. Love you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was a great message to end on.
That was a great message to end on. Begin and end on full support from me.
Yeah.
It's a real
Full
bookend
circle.
episode.
Yeah, real full circle episode. Anyways, if you want to reach us, Melissa, where can people do so?
You can email us at webcrawlerspod@gmail.com, or you can give us a call at 626-604-6262.
6262. Niner. Okay, bye.
Bye.
You guys didn't say your names.
I'm Melissa Stetton.
I'm Allie Siegel.
And I'm Allie Stetton.
Bye.
Bye.
An Erios original.
Powered by Acast.